subscriber, welcome back to our channel. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Lucy. I'm Victoria. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. This video is going to be about moving out of your hometown, whether that be to go to college or experience something outside of your hometown. We both did this while we left our hometown, Hawaii, to go off to college. And we think that's super valuable for you to gain that experience and see what the world has to offer. Start off with my personal experience. After I graduated high school, decided to move to the East Coast for college. While I was away for college, I was able to gain a lot of new experiences, meet a lot of different types of people, as well as study abroad in Hong Kong and traveled all over Europe and Asia. And given that much experience, it all started off with the fact that I left home to seek out those opportunities and experiences. I did the same thing, leaving our hometown, Hawaii, to go to Washington, D.C., where I went for college. And then during those 4 years, I was able to travel all over Europe, Asia, also study abroad in Hong Kong a semester, and then moved to New York, where I started my full-time job. Here are top reasons on why you should consider moving out of your hometown too. So whether you are living in Hawaii or if you're living in California, Colorado, or upstate New York, whatever your situation may be, this is something you should consider if you have ever thought about moving out of state. I definitely think it was very scary at the beginning to move away, especially for both of us. We moved to the East Coast by ourselves. I moved to Boston all by myself. And that was a very scary part of my life because I was taking a big risk. It helped me become more independent, and I was able to make my own choices and really seek out more opportunities that really align with my values and goals. And that ended off with me having opportunities working in Hong Kong, San Francisco, and New York. You don't have to leave your hometown right out of high school like we did. So we left around when we were 17 years old, and that was a big move for both of us. It was scary but also very exciting. It was a time for us to really discover who we were, a vital part of our life so far. Being independent is something that you will eventually have to face, whether you are 17, 18 moving away for college, or if you are 25 and you're just deciding to move out of your home. Eventually, you're going to have to learn to take care of yourself. Another reason why we think you should move out of your hometown is it allows you to make new friends. Moving out of my hometown allowed me to build such good relationships with people that I would have never imagined to have met. I was able to meet people during my travels, whether that be staying in hostels or doing international programs and doing my exchange program in Hong Kong. And then moving to New York City, where I started my first full-time job, sort of broadened not only my experience and my knowledge, but also allowed me to meet amazing people that I wouldn't have met. I've personally met friends from all over the world with different backgrounds and experiences, and it's been really eye-opening to see so many different people who comes from all walks of life and very different experiences, and being able to understand everyone's experience is so valuable. It really gives you more insights into what's going on in the rest of the world. And it's always a good thing to have a lot more friends. Another reason for deciding to move away and experience somewhere new is that it allows you to kind of step out of your comfort zone and take more risks. And the more you're able to take risks, the more you're able to grow. I think it's very scary at the beginning when you don't know anyone and you don't know the experience, you don't know what the place is going to be like. But by giving yourself a chance, you're actually making a decision to try something new. And by doing that, you open up all of your opportunities, and all of that is really a big part of learning and growing up. And the more risks you take, the more you're willing to see what else is out there. Because of all my experiences, have seen so much and traveled so much that I'm honestly so open to moving anywhere in the world, because I know there are so much more to explore and so many more opportunities out there. The reason why we think you should move away from your hometown if you have the opportunity to is that you get to see the rest of the world. For us, Hawaii is such a small part of what the world can offer us. The opportunity to see some of the greatest things you will see from the rest of the world. Things that you see maybe in your news feed, your Instagram feeds, and in person, in real life. At least growing up in my hometown is very small, so you get used to everything. You drive down the same roads, you do the same things, you do the same things on the weekends, which is go to the beach, you go on hikes, and it's always been the same. But imagine trying something different. Someone who has a completely different lifestyle from you, across the world, might be doing something so different from you, and that really opens your eyes to see what the world can offer. Doing that, you're kind of opening up your perspectives on the world and on people and on how people live. We were able to see so many different lifestyles, see how people actually make a living, see what people are excited about in different countries. And I think that really opens up your perspective on the rest of the world. When we decided to leave for college, we knew Hawaii will always be our home. No matter what, we'll be able to come back here, we'll enjoy the same thing. And this leads on to our next reason for why you should consider moving out of your hometown. And that is, you learn to adapt. I think it's really amazing as humans, we're so flexible and we're so adaptable to different climates, different experiences, and that's really exciting to be able to learn something new and then adapt to it and then discover that maybe you really like it a lot and maybe that's something you'll continue working on. Specifically for us, even though we've grown up in this sunny weather our whole lives, moving to the East Coast was a very scary experience because the weather was so different. There's 4 seasons and none of which we have experienced before. We ultimately adapted to that and we became comfortable with the fact that there are 4 seasons and really just enjoy it. I think when we first decided to move away for college, I had a culture shock. I know, I was in the US, why do I have a culture shock? Even though we moved from one state to another state. I think in Hawaii we are very culturally oriented, everyone here is very diverse. So you get a very different perspective once you move to a different state. And that's not to say if you move from California to New York, it will be the same too. I think having a culture shock can be different for each person. Because I was in DC, a lot of people were more politically active, so I had to get more engaged in that. And coming from Hawaii, politics was never really a big deal for a lot of people here. And so being able to adapt to what the environment around me is interested in allowed me to open my eyes, but also gave me more knowledge in different areas that I wouldn't have expected to know. Hawaii is now very advanced in technology. I was never exposed to like computer science until I moved away for college and then decided to pursue computer science for my degree. I was never have been able to see all the opportunities if it wasn't for the fact that I stepped out of my comfort zone and went to a different environment. And I was able to adapt and learn and then decide to pursue that career choice. Our last reason why you should consider moving out of your hometown is that there is so many opportunities. So besides all the great things about moving out of your hometown is that you get to not only experience different opportunities but also have opportunities in terms of jobs, in terms of knowledge and just experiences. And these are all opportunities that you wouldn't receive if you just stayed in the same place. Personally, in Hawaii, we did not have a lot of opportunities in terms of jobs. Unless you want to stay here for a job in hospitality and tourism or something in the medical field, there wouldn't be too many opportunities for you. Opportunities here are abundant in those industries, and that's not something I was interested in doing. That's something you are more exposed to or more likely to be exposed to if you really put yourself out there and seek out those experiences. Some of the fun things that we did because of the fact that we were open to leaving our hometowns, whether that just be for college or just be on a vacation or studying abroad in a different country. So here are some of our highlights. We hope you really enjoyed this video where we share with you some of the reasons why we think you should consider moving out of your hometown and to a different place for a new experience. If you have any additional questions about our experiences or want to share about your experience, definitely leave it in the comments. And then if you really enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We upload videos every week. Bye!